What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to a new video. If this is your first time here on the channel, thanks for stopping by. Definitely check out some of my other videos, and if you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. It's pickups time, guys. I'm going to be sharing with you the games that I picked up throughout September and October of this year, 2022. It's so crazy. I feel like this every year. I feel like I say this every year, but literally it feels like this year just flew by like that. I mean, it's crazy. 2023 is knocking at the door and it's ready to come in, right? So mentally, I'm like ready for the holidays. I'm ready for Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that good stuff. I'm always ready for it. But I'm just like, geez, this year just flew by. New games. Let's talk about them. So some really good games came out in September and October. And, because of that, I didn't get a chance to play everything that I purchased, which is okay. I'll get around to them. But for the sake of this video, I did put them in two separate piles, games that I have played and games that I haven't played. So let's start off with the games that I haven't played yet. I feel like I shouldn't have to preface this at this point, but if you're new to the channel, I love the Nintendo Switch. So these games that you're gonna see, except for one, all of them but one are for the Nintendo Switch. So games I haven't played yet, Let's Build a Zoo. I think it hit the eShop first, and then the physical version came out in the beginning of September, I believe. Haven't had a chance to play it, like I said. But I was in like a simulation type mood after I played a good amount of 2 Point Campus, and I wanted something wacky and crazy. Seems like Let's Build a Zoo is going to be that thing that's going to scratch that itch of mine. Basically, it looks like the trailers that I saw, looks like it's a Roller Coaster Tycoon, except you're building a zoo. And you could do like wacky things like crossbreed animals. There's hybrid animals, like black market stuff. Definitely want to check this out soon. New Tales from the Borderlands. This is the deluxe edition. I believe what makes it the deluxe edition is the fact that it comes with, I guess you download Tales from the Borderland, the version that Telltale put out. Oh my gosh, all these T's. The version that Telltale put out, I guess that was on the 360. My goodness, seems so long ago. I absolutely love Tales from the Borderlands. I thought it was a great one of those, and Telltale has done a lot of great episodic, games that revolve around different franchises, and Tales from the Borderland just hit home. The music was phenomenal. The story was great. This one doesn't seem to be as great as that first game, but that's okay. I enjoy Borderlands, and it's been a while since I've played one of these, one of these episodic type of games. So I definitely will check it out soon. One of my favorite RPG series is The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. I started playing it on the Vita, played through 1 and 2, halfway through 3 on the Switch, and I have 4, but I really do enjoy the series, and this dropped in, I believe, the beginning of September. It's The Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero, another deluxe edition here. I bought this with no intention of playing it at the moment because these are beefy boys. They're extremely long JRPGs, which, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love, but there's some other RPGs that I want to get around to first. But they typically get a little hard to find, so I wanted to pick them up, or pick this up. It basically, if I'm not mistaken, it takes place in the same world as Cold Steel, and but there's different characters, and I believe you play as a detective, so there's some criminal like underbelly type of deal going on as far as the narrative goes, and I'm really interested to seeing how it plays out. I'm sure I'll enjoy it, just don't know when I'm gonna play it. Speaking of JRPGs, this is the last game that I haven't had a chance to play, and rightfully so. It's Persona 5 Royal, finally on the Nintendo Switch, and it comes with a beautiful steelbook case. Love me a steelbook. I'm so excited for this game to finally be on the Nintendo Switch. I was so excited that before it came out, I literally was like grinding through Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Like, I don't want to say I was rushing through the game because I definitely didn't do that, but I wanted to time it out so I could complete Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and then go straight into Persona 5 Royal, right? And it worked out. I completed Xenoblade Chronicles 3 before I, picked up my copy of Persona 5 Royal. But at the time, I was like, nah, can't do it. I'm sorry. I poured a lot of hours into Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and I loved it, right? But I was like, I need a break from JRPGs right now. So I do plan on starting this up once the week of Thanksgiving rolls around here in the States. Super downtime for me. So I definitely plan on getting immersed in that story, or this story. I love, the only other Persona game that I've completed is Persona 4 Golden. And I played that on the Vita back in the day. That was my first Persona game, and I loved it to pieces. So I'm very curious to see if this one is going to be better than Golden. I guess only time will tell, right? Let's get into the games that I actually had a chance to play, had some hands-on time with. First up, the only next-gen game that I have here is Gotham Knights. I picked it up for the PlayStation 5. I initially had it pre-ordered for the Xbox Series X, but then I spoke to my son like about a week before it was released, and he was interested in the game, so I went ahead and switched my order over to the PlayStation 5 version. He doesn't have a Series X, in hopes of when I'm done with the game, I can just pass it right along to him. Yeah, I've played about 10 hours or so of Gotham Knights, and I'm not sure where I stand on the game, and that's no slight at the game at all. I know there was all this hubbub about, frame rates and how it was locked at 30 and it's next gen game. None of that is my issue with the game. Part of my issue is my fault. I didn't know a whole bunch about the game before it released. But when I see Gotham Knights, I watched some of the trailers, whatever, I was like, oh, this is giving me like Arkham vibes. And it still does give me, like the Arkham Knights, Arkham City. It gives me that vibe. There's some times where I feel like, you have your investigations going on. I think where the game definitely could use some work is the combat. It just doesn't feel good. The combat isn't fluid like the Arkham games, and I hate to compare it, but I mean, come on, it's called Gotham Knights. Again, I'm thinking, we have a little bit of, similarities with the Arkham games. It wants to be, when it comes to the combat, it wants to be like the Arkham games, but it's just not fluid. It really isn't. I like the open world. It's a great game, for me to just check things off, on the list, and really, just go around Gotham. But the city kind of feels like it's dead. Doesn't feel like it's a living, breathing city, which is crazy. But again, I don't think it's a terrible game, not by any means. I'm still playing it. I've streamed some of it. I just wish the combat was a little bit better. But so far, right now, I mean, you can play, there's 4 different characters you can play as. I've been spending majority of my time, actually all of my time thus far, as Batgirl. And Barb is great. I like Barb a lot. Just wish the combat was a little bit better. Taiko no Tetsujin Rhythm Festival. I'm a fan of these games. I'm terrible at them. I feel like, I'm pretty good at rhythm games, but I'm terrible at these games for some reason. But I like to torture myself, like to have fun. And this is good fun. It honestly is. There's a little story in here, which isn't really particularly anything notable, but I could care less. Has some really good music. Of course, you got your pop. It has, of course, game themed music, anime music. It's good stuff. Cozy games seem to be the next big thing on YouTube, right? Everyone's talking about cozy games. And I feel like I've been a fan of cozy games. I'm sure some of you have too. You've been a fan of cozy games before you even knew they were cozy games, right? But this game I did pick up, Potion Permit. Seems really cool. I did play a bit of it. I played about 2 hours. If 2 hours. And I feel like I'm probably going to restart the game and start it over on stream and stream it. So if you don't follow me on Twitch, maybe you should, and you're interested in watching me play a little bit of Potion Permit, definitely check me out over on Twitch. But yeah, from what I've played, I mean, it seems fun. Seems cozy, I guess. You play as a chemist and you enter this town and you're basically going around. The combat feels good. The combat is fun, but you're exploring, you know, different environments, and you're concocting, you know, potions and stuff, which is cool. So yeah, Potion Permit. The next big cozy game, I guess. Splatoon 3. I gotta tell you guys, I really dig this game, and I knew that I would, right? I've enjoyed all the other Splatoon games, and that says a lot because I'm not really into multiplayer shooters. The only other multiplayer shooter that I spent a significant amount of time with was Uncharted 2. I think it was Uncharted 2 or Uncharted 3. I spent a lot of time in the multiplayer of that game. But yeah, Splatoon 3, I know a lot of people are down and out. They're basically like, oh, it's a rehash of all the other games. Yeah, but it feels fresh. Feels good. I just got off of like playing the Splatfest, the newest Splatfest, which is Pokemon themed. It's like you can either choose between fire, water, or grass, and I chose fire. Fire's not gonna win, but it's all good. I had fun in the Splatfest. Honestly, I did. You got that new a tri Splatfest where it's the 3 teams go at it, which doesn't necessarily, I haven't played a bunch of that yet. I don't know what Nintendo is doing and why I haven't gotten into a lot of those matches. But yeah, the campaign is cool. I haven't completed it. I'm almost done with complete. I really should just go back and start playing and finish up the campaign because I'm almost like done with it. But I love everything about the game. You know, the customization aspect of it, how playing the campaign definitely. I know in the previous games, people are like, oh, I'm not going to play the campaign because it really doesn't, you know, do anything. It's just a tutorial for the weapons. While that might be the case, there still are things that you know, items that you gain when you play the campaign that will help you in Turf Wars, the online portion of the game. So yeah, I mean, Splatoon 3, again, one of my favorite games of 2022. We're almost done here, guys. I got 2 more games to share with you. First up is Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. I really did enjoy Kingdom Battle, and I almost feel like I want to go back and replay that game, but I don't know how. It's probably going to be hard for me to go back and replay it because this one is just the better game. When I started playing it, I was instantly like, oh yeah, this is already better than Kingdom Battle. I like the open worldness of the game, how you have your overworld, everything's going on there. And you know, I've never been one that's been really into like tactical RPGs. Fire Emblem is probably as tactical as it gets for me. And you know, I've never played an XCOM or any hardcore like tactical RPG, but when you throw, you know, the rabbits and Mario, you know, it makes it easier to play. You know what I'm saying? It makes it definitely more fun. It's more lighthearted. Love the writing in this game. I think it's funny. It's beautiful. It looks beautiful on the Switch OLED. It's just a really good game all around, and I can't wait to play more of it. Last game here, guys, Bayonetta 3. I'm currently playing this game, making my way through. I don't know how many chapters there are in the game, but I am on chapter 10. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's finally here. The game finally came out, and it came out, you know, around a whole bunch of controversy, you know, that basically was about the voice actress, the previous Bayonetta. And of course, we all knew that there was a new voice actress, Jennifer Hale, and I think Jennifer Hale did an amazing job, what I've heard so far as Bayonetta's voice. I think she knocks it out the park, honestly. Sounds great. But yeah, this game, it's Bayonetta. It's more Bayonetta. I'm not done with the game, but I already know that I already feel like I don't love it as much as I did the first two Bayonetta games, or especially the first Bayonetta. Feel like there's a little bit of padding in this game. The worlds or the environments feel a little too open, and I know that's crazy to say. I'm a fan of open worlds, but they feel a little too big for me. But yeah, I mean, the combat is where it's at. And I love Viola. Viola is so awesome. She's such a great video game character. And, you know, she plays similar to Bayonetta, but there is a difference. I'm not the best, and I've never been the best at parrying in video games. And in order to get the witch time or bullet time, whatever it is, you know, you have to parry your opponent's attacks. And I've never been good at parrying. But, you know, I'm making it work. I like playing as Viola. She's great. And of course, Bayonetta, but Viola is awesome. Music's really good. And I just enjoy the huge, like, you know, ridiculous set pieces and all the action that's going on. You know, it's just it's like dumb fun, you know. Definitely a summer blockbuster, if you will. You know, just sitting on the couch and playing this and having fun with it, just laughing, and just being intrigued by the combat and just taking out these huge enemies. But yeah, Bayonetta, she has a whole bunch of sass. And hopefully I'll get through this game very, very soon. Those are all the games that I picked up in September and October. Would definitely love to know what you guys picked up. Let me know in the comment box below. I want to thank all of you for watching this video, and I'll check you next time. Peace.